Everybody, it's Invicta. It is time for day 7, the conclusion of Hush and Delirium Week. Thank you all so much for this like streak goal and making this theme week possible. It's been a fantastic journey here, and man, we have one more to go. We've survived all through the messes so far, but who knows what today is going to bring us. And again, sincere thank you to everybody who made this possible through the like streak goal, and the next one will be coming very soon, so keep an eye on that down below. And also, a heavy metal salute to AU and Panda, I'm just going to say Panda, on this Invicta subreddit for this amazing artwork of the day here, submitted on this Invicta subreddit. Title thread was most pit. I think they meant to say mosh pit, but mosh pit patch. And then in the thread they said, been watching Sin for a little over a year now. Great content, even better community. So I wanted to do something to show my appreciation to Invicta and the mosh pit family. A patch designed for the members, showing some of the favorite items I've come to enjoy seeing used. Cheers. And then they said AU and Panda. Again, I don't know how to say that name, so I'm just going to say Panda. Thank you very much, Panda, and everyone who upvoted that one. I love it, especially since we see you know who up on top. So here we go. One final time to make the journey to Delirium on lap 1, and we're starting off with Diplopia and eyesores. Mike Tango X-Ray 3 Whiskey 3 Charlie 0. Yeah, not a fan of eyesore or many eyes or whatever the heck it's called. Mainly because it is an item that goes against the very core of my nature, which is controlling your outgoing damage. But I will say that if you end up getting something like Tech Zero, or if you get something that sort of synergizes with you firing multiple shots at once, it is actually okay. Tractor Beam is also a very good one because it layers all the shots on top of themselves, and that allows you to essentially, ooh, yeah, let's just rip it, dude. I will not get into another situation where we hold on to Diplopia for way too long. I will not. Also get Sharp Plug as well. But yeah, Tractor Beam would be very nice to get because of the layering of the shots, and you know, getting Tech Zero, getting Jacob's Ladder, really anything like that would be phenomenal for us. So it's got its quirks, you know, but it's generally an item I do stay away from just because of the jiggling, the jostling, whatever you want to call it, that goes on with the clown physics of Isaac. You do have to be careful. Even if you hit something from the side and it's running towards you, it can actually be propelled forward at a faster rate of speed because, you know, it's just how it goes. Some people don't like it when I call it clown physics, but that's the first thing that came to mind so many years ago when I was getting schmooved on. I was a little too close for comfort right there on that champion. He gives us 5 bombs. It's nothing really to write home about. We might be able to bomb our way into the cursor. No, we can't. Never mind. Yeah, you know what? 7 bombs here. I'm willing to take a risk. An early Magic Mush, of course, would be amazing. Now, what I will say about the remote detonator is that you can use it for offense as well. Especially since you can basically detonate it immediately. Just don't do it too quickly, otherwise you won't have any way of getting away from the bomb, obviously. Gonna be Larry. A green Larry Jr. is kind of dangerous, but with 1 bomb, we already took 1 out, so it's not that big of a deal. He also should drop us a Soul Heart, I think. Get a range upgrade. Well, at least we got a half Soul Heart. All right, so we have the compass. Compass obviously is going to help us out with mapping and hopefully cut down on this Invicta navigation. But as we've seen, I mean, this month May has not honestly been a really great great month of Isaac runs. We haven't had any news, or we haven't really had too many super ultra powerful runs either. That extends to Hush Delirium week as well. So, you know, it's been so far anyway as we approach the almost midway point of May, which is already crazy hard to believe. I mean, well, varicose veins is okay. It's vasculitis that is not good. But varicose veins, if you do take damage, or if you happen to have a self-activation damage build, it can be kind of powerful. It gives you basically Tammy's head whenever you take damage. But May's been so far, it's been the month of misnavigation. I don't mean a very defunct beauty pageant. I mean, literally like we've been going the wrong ways a lot lately. I hear someone laughing about the defunct beauty pageant. That one I just came up on the fly with. So we have a dice room here, which is going to cost us 2 keys, and you know, an early reroll wouldn't be too bad because again, I don't like mini eyes. I don't like varicose veins. I would be sad to lose the compass, but it's certainly not. It's not the worst thing that could happen, and we don't have an active item truly, so we definitely earn a candidate for re-rolling, and we need to do it now before we end up starting to take devil deals and really get locked in here. Yeah, it's a re-roll, so I'm gonna do it. Get Black Candle, Mucormycosis, Tiny Toma, Synth Oil, and then Mom's Coin Purse was just a blank. We also re-rolled our stats, and our stats didn't really change too much, so that's good. One thing we did lose was experimental treatment, or not experimental treatment, the remote detonator. But I think the plus side here is that we have Black Candle, so we don't have to worry about curses at all. Synth Oil gives us the damage that we want. We still have the strength card as well now, so we can use that for a devil deal. And use a bomb here. Nice, we get a range and tears up, more importantly that. And I also got a whole butt ton of soul hearts. And yeah, I think I will take Guppy's Paw. And I'm just going to use the strength card and get 3 more soul hearts out of that. So we've got a Guppy item. It's a pretty good reroll. I'd say that was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. Tiny Toma will act as our orbital here, and whenever it does eventually burst or take too much damage, it will spawn some spiders. It's not really anything to write home about, but it's, you know, it's certainly an item that exists in the Binding of Isaac Repentance Plus. I don't believe that Tiny Toma does. I don't think it counts towards any transformations, even though it is kind of a spider item. I don't think it counts as one, or count as a Beelzebub either. But you can use it as an orbital to deliberately have it detonate and then just get a couple of extra spiders. You see right there. Now the regular Hourglass is doing a pretty good job at crowd control here. The Ipecac Horth even let us into the secret room. Gracias. I'm going to go into the curse room because we do have a Guppy item, and we have a kind of a surplus of soul hearts right now, which is not something that we get to say that often. And we end up gaining a soul heart out of that, so that's fine by me. I could have bombed my way, or at least attempted to bomb my way up there in the secret room, but we don't know if we're skipping anything down here. It's really not that big of a deal for us to just clear this real quick. This floor has been a whole lot of nothing. Look at that, we had Squeezy here too, wow. Now that is something we definitely needed here, was another Tears upgrade. Getting those Mucormycosis shots out, delivering our damage faster than we were about 20 seconds ago is very crucial to a good run. Good little poison damage there by Mucormycosis, and that was an excellent challenge room. We can bomb our way into the item room here, and that would be that's a long retreading back, but it is definitely worth it. Oh, there's another one. since we're on this side already, I am going to go into the shop, and we get Humbling Bundle. Nice. 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 And we're going to take a half-price bomb, too. The Humbling Bundle is going to just double everything, and I am going to be lazy about this because I'm not making my way around 5 freaking rooms, dude. See Dizzle. This little explosion there by Tiny Toma. We don't have enough raw damage right now to really have the spiders make that much of an impact yet, but we're getting there. Secret room should be there. Super secret room anyway. We get another soul heart. Nice. I am going to wait on that because we have full HP. Okay, appreciate it. Thank you, half heart. Good opportunity here for us to use Tiny Toma. Maybe get those spiders out. Hit Old Husky. Yeah, there we go. There we go. We did take a hit there, but we did get a soul heart anyway, so. Can we get Marrow? So far, so good on this run. We just need to start, if we can shore up our stats. Wow, I'm actually, that's a high percentage wall right there. Really surprised that it's not there. Really, really surprised. You know what? Just get me out of here. How about that? If we can get some more, we just need some raw damage. Definitely need some movement speed. Our lack of mobility is going to become an issue later on versus Delirium. We still can bomb our way into... We can still bomb our way into the boss trap room, and I'm down for that. It's now 80% chance for a Devil Deal. This is not who I want to see. Thankfully, we have Mucormycosis, though. Mucormycosis does go through the Carrion Queen shell. So that reroll really was pretty big. Seeing all the individual procs there of the explosions. They really wreck Carrion Queen. Serpent's Kiss, very nice. Item we were talking about a little bit ago. So if we end up getting in trouble with HP or whatever, we can at least try to farm it back by way of contact damage, or if we get like the Book of Shadows or something like that. And a Greed fight. Of course, seeing the Book of Shadows at this point is like, I mean, that's like seeing some kind of miracle. We better take it as we can get it right now, because who knows which characters are not gonna be able to use it next. Because the only way to get past this room here is to diagonally walk. As you see there, we don't have a lot of movement speed. We're still able to do it without taking damage. Getting the concussive poop in here is pretty much required unless you just have a crazy amount of damage to get past those Ipecac Gapers. Really? And again, you're seeing how we're using the glowing hour, the regular hourglass, the hourglass. We're using it offensively. It's one of those items that you wouldn't really consider to be an offensive item, but if you know how to use it and you've got sort of like your attack angles planned out, it can be quite powerful. You can pounce on 1, 2, even sometimes 3 enemies or more before they even get a chance to really have a chance to do anything. And that ultimately leads to a safer run. It's good crowd control. Not the best item in the world, obviously, but if you use it correctly, it can be. Get a much needed movement speed here. You pass our 80% double deal, and we get black powder. Black powder is going to allow us to draw circles on the ground, and those circles will turn into giant pentagrams. If you've never seen it before, this is what it looks like. And anything, whether on the ground or in the air, will be taking a very respectable amount of damage if they're dumb enough to sit in that circle forever. Get another Tears up here, and shot speed, which I will take. Our shot speed is pretty bad. There we're going to see black powder here. And actually, black powder and the hourglass make perfect sense. Being able to slow stuff down so we can get that circle enveloped around them. So look at that. Beautiful. And unfortunately, no. Unfortunately, the size of the circle does not correlate with the amount of damage it does to things. What in the actual clown physics was that, game? Like, seriously, what was that? Game, man. And it's always good to try to make use of black powder because, again, it does deal a very decent amount of damage, but it's certainly not the end-all, be-all. Don't put yourself in a bad situation just to make it happen. We do have this Queen of Hearts, which would be nice if we end up getting Debizzle or if we get a sack room or anything like that. Still on pace right now for boss rush, but we gotta kind of make a move soon. We just need raw damage. Our tears rate is still higher than our damage. That's not good. Unless we have soy milk. Then it's good. You have soy milk and your tears rate is not higher than your damage, then you're flying. It actually is quite good if your damage is higher than your tears rate in soy milk. That's right there. That's me trying to be cute and doing exactly what I said not to, which is don't put yourself in a bad situation just to make a circle. So immediately contradict myself. I tell people all the time. I tell new players and old, you know, don't do what Sinvicta does. You shouldn't try to play like me. You shouldn't try to play with what you see on the videos. It doesn't work for everybody. It works for me. That's why it's my style. But I encourage okay, game. But I encourage everybody to find your own style. Find your own path, that sort of stuff. Book of Shadows, of course we did. I'm not taking the horse pill game, I don't care. Mystery gift we can use. Let's go use this in the devil deal if we get one. I don't know where the secret room is. I don't know where the secret room is though, so get the Book of Secrets. No, the Book of Shadows Serpent Kiss combo is too good not to have in case if something disastrous happens. We could take Potato Peeler and get rid of the HP, but I don't want to. Leave it to clown physics, man. Okay, so yeah, so Liberty Cap, you're done because you need to stop proccing God's Flesh and all that stuff when we're not needing it. He has Azazel's Rage, which I'm just going to go ahead and hard pass. So this is the strat I was telling you about with Serpent's Kiss here. You can just walk into things. You just walk into things and basically just farm Black Soul Hearts. As long as they die while they're poisoned with Serpent's Kiss, they can't. Other poison doesn't work like that. It used to, and that's something that I've really pushed to try to get back, just to give us throw us a bone here to get our poison farm and Blackheart bomb and fun builds back, but it's not gonna happen. Which is really a shame, man, because like Blackheart bombing was seriously a legitimate strategy that I developed, and it was so strong and so much fun to play. Serpent's Kiss just turned up the awesome factor to 11. And if you didn't see, if any of you who haven't seen the old Afterbirth Plus videos, you missed out on the Blackheart bombing era. Definitely go check some of those out. Those videos are legendary. And it was always a fun time to see that, like, all right, well, we're in a Blackheart bombing situation, and we know we're going to get taken care of. There's just another avenue to win the game. And then they got nerfed because it was too strong. Just doing this, and so you're seeing the Black Soul Hearts come up here. It's just a guaranteed amount of value. Now, all that being said, our damage is still pretty doo-doo. 4.47. Our Tears Raid's maxed, obviously. That's great, but that's only one part of the damage puzzle here. Right now, the puzzle's missing a few pieces. So we're gonna go Polaroid here and a Krampus fight. We don't have time for this Krampus. We have to Blackheart bomb Krampus because we don't have time to be messing around. Eden's Blessing doesn't do anything for us. Ozo does give us a slight damage upgrade. Candy Heart would work out great with Sea Dizzle. We just don't have a lot of red hearts to be given up here. But at least it's some kind of damage up, right? We still haven't found the shop yet either. The Candy Heart's going to give us a stat up every time we recover red heart HP, so like this. Just a little drip feed of stats, but it's something. Look at that. We just got 0.1 damage. That takes us over 9 damage. Now our damage looks fine right now because we have, don't forget, we have Bloody Lust. But we want permanent stat increases, and this is definitely, it's a small way to do it, but it is something. It's better than nothing, let's put it that way. And another greed fight. Could take Charge Penny, I guess. I mean, the Locus of Conquest, it does give us a little bit of damage, but it's not doing much. Trying to grab a little bit of money here before we go to Hush. Got some weird layouts with the secret rooms. All right, so it's going to be a little bit of a challenge here. We don't have a lot of wiggle room in terms of items here to carry us, but we're going to try to make it work. It's the one time where you would want to have some level of Red Heart builds. Use the Book of Shadows here. There's no reason not to. Remember, we can also draw the black powder circles as well while we're invincible. It makes it just hassle-free. I am going to go into a late-game curse room here just because we need some avenues, and also, of course, taking damage gives us more damage thanks to Bloody Lust. Shows you just how bad our movement speed, though, really is. Oh, I thought that one was still dead. Now, obviously, Serpent's Kiss plus something like Soul Locket would be incredible. We are unfortunately priced out of Soul Locket. We'll never see it on this run. Okay, let's stop taking this damage here. You can see how bad our movement speed is truly affecting the incoming damage that we're taking, and it's just going to keep on happening. So let's stop this now. Took a few little ha-ha damage moments there, but now let's stop. Time to stop. Like that, we're back to full HP, and we've also gone the wrong way again. All right. We only got 7 minutes to get to Hush, and I'd really prefer to not have to spawn Mama Mega in, but this has been the month of dead ends, so... Another dead end. All right. All right. How does he do it? How does he do it? You wonder why I value mapping so highly. Going into unnecessary rooms exposes you to unnecessary risk. There, in turn, makes you play worse and ultimately makes for a less than optimal experience. Where you get from point A to win B. And on top of this, we're under a time crunch here. And this is certainly not going to help us. Although I am going to end up ultimately taking the Conquest Pony because, as much as I love the Book of Shadows, we don't need it. We've got Polar Invincibility. And we definitely need flying and, more importantly, movement speed. And on top of that, we also get the tasty Conquest Pony's charge attack with Crack the Skizzle. If we really needed to, if we needed to charge it up again, we've got Sharp Plug, don't forget. And it's a very cheap, actually, no, we don't. We don't have Sharp Plug anymore. Never mind. I take that back. Forgot we re-rolled it. Well, Sharp Plug would have been nice to have for this, but it's okay. You can also get into and out of curse rooms for free. We can fly in for 0 cost, and then we can charge out 0 cost as well. But you're seeing what I'm talking about, though, here. Even though we've got a lot of pieces in this run, they're not moving together. And it's directly tied to our lack of damage. Our raw damage is scarily low right now. Even after getting Small Rock, it's still barely what we would consider to be an average, better than average Eden start. And we are in Womb 2. For us to get any benefit at all, we have to basically take damage. Okay, so I'm going to take advantage of Serpent's Kiss here. At least try to anyway. I think we net gained 1 soul heart after all that. We were getting abused by Black Powder over here. Black Powder was actually killing everything before we could poison it, because I was making circles. So it's a little bit of an anti-synergy, which I would have never even thought about, to be honest. There you go. Charge it up. Take down Mom's heart. Get a double deal, and there's D-Bizzle. Get D-Bizzle, C-Dizzle. I am going to take the pentagram because, again, we need raw damage, but we have a little bit of time for D-Bizzle. Get into Hush. We have about a minute. D-Bizzle, we're doing this just for you. You gotta pay out for us, son. We have enough time. We can even maybe make it to the vault. We also have this Queen of Hearts that we've been holding on to, hoping and praying that our boy was gonna see us. And so far, D-Bizzle has failed miserably. We need more of that, D-Bizzle. Way more than that. There we go. All right, all right. Okay, so we're back up to 6 hearts, a half rack of hearts, and I'll take it. And we don't really have enough time to really do any more exploring without running the risk of not being able to qualify for Hush. So let's go to Hush. And we do have the Polaroid, so that's big. But hopefully we just get a very good payout from the Queen of Hearts here. All right. Get a damage upgrade. D-Bizzle, my man. A Toxic Shock here. And we can smelt the charge penny, I guess. Also get the battery. The Empress card's gonna give us it's gonna give us another red heart container to have. Got an idea. Got an idea against the old Hushy. Alright, so my plan is here, whenever Hush spawns all the flies, we can turn them into hearts. And that can act as our Queen of Hearts for this room. And that would allow us to preserve our Queen of Hearts for the Delirium fight in case we get into trouble. Oh, we're actually hitting Hush. Now, Hush won't do the fly attack until he's moved on to phase 2. There we go. And D-Bizzle might even give us a tarot card in here to use. Or a couple. Then we get a world card. Yeah, D-Bizzle making the big time plays. Oh, that was a very smart play there for me. And we don't actually want to get this Eternal Heart at this point because we want to maintain Polar Invincibility. For that very reason you just saw right there. If we do take damage, we're able to punish. Oh, where'd those random continuum shots come from? I hate when he does that. Shoots from one direction and then goes into the opposite. Very cheap. Oh, might as well play the Demon Judgment while we took damage. First Magician card could be interesting. But Hush is already almost dead. We took a little bit more damage than I wanted to in here. I'm still going to stick with the World card, though. So what we can do is we can pop Queen of Hearts. And I'm glad we didn't wait for that. Okay, D-Bizzle gave us one back here. The Empress card, eh. And we have a World card, which we can use for Void, and, yeah. So it definitely wasn't the smoothest Hush fight, but again, our damage is really not great. It's not terrible by any means. 7.81 is what we would consider to be a decent, above average Eden damage start. Be a great start, actually, but that's not what you want to be saying about your run here towards the end, right before you're getting ready to fight Isaac, Blue Baby, and then Delirium. Where that Soul Heart came from, but we'll take it. Thank you, D-Bizzle. C-Dizzle's he's just happy you're here. He needed a friend to talk to. Our number one player, aka me, is sitting here trying to Trying to make it past all the craziness of Hush Delirium Week coming to a close. You navigated it, I would say, pretty well, despite everything. And what I will say is that I think what we really learned about Hush after Hush Delirium Week is that you can, theoretically, you can do Hush and Delirium on first lap every single time if you really wanted to. But it all comes back to the notion of why. You know, like, there's no real point into doing that. I've shown sometimes, occasionally sometimes, runs where you would maybe have a strategic Hush play where you would go into the shop and try to get a couple extra items, or if you had Damocles or something like that. But for the most part, if you're already doing that, you're probably ahead of the curve enough to where you don't have to fight Hush. And Delirium, there's just straight up no reason to ever go fight him again. Once you get the unlock, there's no reason to. And that was one of the biggest things that I've been talking about for quite a while now, a couple years now, where I would like to eventually get to a point where there is a reason to go do that. Like, whether it be a random stat up on the next run, doesn't have to be anything game breaking. You get an extra item, maybe you're guaranteed an Angel Deal on floor 1 of your next item if you fight Delirium, or you get a blue item pedestal on your next run after fighting Hush, something like that. That's something that I've been kind of advocating for years in Isaac. Wanting to have a reason to do all that stuff. And the straight up hard reality of it all is that there is no reason. Right now, anyway. Hopefully there will be. Super Pride, you gotta calm down. Like, seriously. Get 9 lives is our second Guppy item. It is gonna ruin Polaroid invincibility, but it does give us a little bit of extra insurance. Oh, okay. I guess Little Horn's joining the clown physics train. I honestly think it's Tiny Toma that's messing stuff up here. It's like dragging enemies along with it. Good circle there, taking out a couple of the size as well as taking out Pestilence. Am I tripping? What did we? What was our chest items? I'm just now thinking about that. I see why I skipped it all. We can come back for Lost Soul Buddy before we go into the chest. Head to Delirium. Obviously, he's not living, but Guillotine is Gia bad, as proven on the Judging of Isaac episode. But none more bad than TM Trainer. Okay, let's stop getting lit up in this room. How about that? Let's stop taking 5 shots in the single room here. Literally the game trying to flex on us here. Ridiculous shots. Get spun here. Or no, we don't get spun. 2 or 3 for spun. Curse of the 2s. Gonna get some cheeky crack the sky damage there. We had a couple instances of annoying damage towards the tail end of this chest. Nothing lethal, but it's definitely enough to get me going a little bit here. Those Dark One shots were unreal. Let's go back, grab Lost Soul. I'm not going to take Thunder Thighs. But you're seeing, and that right there perfectly exemplifies why you want Polaroid invincibility, so the game can't do that BS on you. And that's exactly the reason why, right there. Oh, that saves us at least looking for over half of this map where Delirium is. And I don't know, honestly, if this is one of those runs that it would be beneficial for us to go looking for Delirium immediately, or if we want to try to get some items here. Or I guess we're just going straight to Delirium then. All right. Literally no indication that this would have been Delirium, but here we go. Do not want to be in a corner versus Delirium. Corner strats work for so many bosses, but not against Delirium. He will literally teleport right on top of you. You're seeing here, this damage is not great, and that, again, showing you why you want Polar Invincibility. We're making very, very, very little progress. This HP is not even going down. And make sure those eye lasers were not still there. We have done no damage to Delirium in the last, like, minute. It's a much different fight without Polar Invincibility. Yeah, okay, game. We're just getting whittled down here. Delirium's not even halfway dead. This is what I was saying. And the reason why you want Polar Invincibility, people would look at this fight and thinking, like, there's no way that this is not gonna be a struggle at all. Don't even know what the problem is. Look, you're seeing the problem right now. Just imagine if we didn't have Conquest Pony and the movement speed. This is why I was saying our damage is not good. You look at our damage and think like, oh yeah, 7.81 damage is quite fine. Not against Delirium, it's not. I'm so tired of getting hit by Fistula. Oh my god. If you ever wanted to see why there's no reason to fight Delirium, look no further than that fight. Get me out of this run, dude. Holy Christ on a stick. Thank you for watching, everybody. I hope you enjoyed it. I'd be lying if I said I wasn't looking forward to the end of Hush Delirium Week. That last run, especially that last fight, really kind of shows you why. So hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you click the like button, leave a comment down below. Thank you for making this like streak week possible. Can't say we didn't at least get one exciting run at the very end there, and exciting and frustrating go hand in hand sometimes with Isaac, but that's why we play it. And as always, we'll see you all next time. Until then, so long, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks to patrons of mine like Ionis Z, Kylie Smith, and Nicholas Fernald. If you'd like to have your name read at the end of an Isaac episode, check out my Patreon campaign, which you can find at patreon.com/Invicta.